Jay.
Oh my God, you beautiful people, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Here's another day, another vlog. It's your boy Josh here with Super Sport Enthusiast. We're on quarantine, baby. Today is quarantine. I am staying at my parents, so it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But yeah, today I want to talk about something, and it's pretty important, man. I want to know what you guys think. So yes, what would I like to talk about is this Corvette, the Corvette C8. We know that Hennessey has made a claim to have the first twin turbocharged C8, but that sounds a little bit dubious. And then what I thought it was, the first vlogs I've seen that Cars and Drivers and muscle cars and stuff put out, that it was legit, and then I seen that a lot of people were saying, oh, what's the name, Sheepy Racing said, oh, that is fake, it is completely bogus. So yes, apparently Sheepy Racing went off and said, hey, how about we be truthful? If I can find it, I will implement that on the side of the screen so you guys can see what Sheepy Racing said as I talk. But Sheepy Racing, Hennessey was being a little, trying to point at him a little bit and say, hey, this is how you do it. What was it called? Sleepy Racing. Get it? Sheepy, but sleepy because they were late to the party. And Sheepy commented back and said, hey, all fun and games or whatever, but let's be truthful to the people. You have no, there's no heat exchangers. That is completely just stitched on to the exhaust. They're saying that there's no oil lines running to it. So you just clamped it in, nothing of it. That's all you guys did. You made videos and pictures to claim that you've done it first, but that is not a running system at all because no one still has that software broken in to run it. So that is not true. So what do you guys think about that? I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the facts. Let's just get into it now. Again, I appreciate it if you guys like this video. Go ahead and like, please share. I know I've been slow and very sluggish on the content, but there's a lot going on and I got family and things to do, so I'm just trying to take care of what is important the most, okay? Don't forget, guys, it's your boy Josh. Let's go, baby, peace! So here we go, guys. Yes, Hennessey Performance Engineers, all right? So they shared a video late last night, or I think it's a couple nights ago now, of the new, Corvette C8 2020, fitted with a pair of turbochargers, man. Yes, we got two turbos, left and the right on the rear. As you can see, the what is this? The trunk and everything is open, rear bumper removed, and all that good stuff. So again, I do feel like some people, if you're gullible, if you don't understand cars and stuff like that, you would assume that this means that Hennessey would be the first to have this done, and it was pretty soon. I mean, within the first week and a half of releases, a lot of people, oh, Hennessey was able to fit that with no effort or whatever. We know that the biggest thing right now is trying to penetrate that cybersecurity fortress that the car ECU has, and the Global B electronic, archives and all this stuff that they have. The architecture for this ECU is set up ridiculously, and the cyber security for this car is super updated. So I don't know how Hennessey was able to do so. So that's what my first thing, I was like, this cannot be true, because we all know it is pretty much impossible right now to break in that ECU. So maybe Hennessey was just trying to throw it out there so people could just be gullible and be like, damn, that's crazy. Wow, this setup was, amazing. But except, unfortunately, the opposite has happened. When HPE released, Hennessey Performance again released it, the video of the twin turbo Corvette, they've been a little short of words, not really saying, hey, I have the first setup. They're just saying, oh, look at what we got. And then what made it bad, like I said, they made a shout out to Sleepy Racing, or they called it, it's Sheepy Racing, but they called it AKA Sleepy Racing, making fun of other performance shops that do and are highly known for their twin turbo or turbo setups, to say, hey, we were the first to do it. So unfortunately, the keen eyes were quick to point out some of the discrepancies with the twin turbo C8 setup, right? So the car only has turbos mounted in the exhaust headers, all right? So it's only headed coming out from the exhaust headers. There's no intercoolers. The car is still NA with an exhaust whistle. You can hear that. Again, people did comment under there, and they were just calling them out, because anyone who follows Hennessey Performance, either is a car enthusiast, knows something about the cars, or actually in the engineering or tuning world themselves. It is not tuned at all. The turbos aren't plugged into the intake. We know that these are literally just, you know, cool turbo spooling noises that we heard off of the video and stuff. So you guys can hear that right now and let me know what you think. Now, in the second video below, I believe this one was taken from Instagram from one of the engineers. The vehicle starting up, followed by a couple of throttle blimps. You know, you get the spooled up noises you can hear. You can hear like the car, pretty much, the car is able to roll under its own power. But any demonstrations, no dyno tests, no speed runs, no hot laps. So again, it seems far, far away. If this is something that was lifted, the bumper was removed, mounted these turbos on the exhaust manifold, and that was it. They haven't showed any runs on the car, no hot laps, no dynos. That's what's most important. So we know the setup isn't fully there because this car isn't really drivable yet.
Gain some following.
Yeah, hang on. We'll tell you when, Big J. Get to at least 100.
All right, we've got 500 on Instagram, 10 on Facebook.
All right, Big J.
So there have been a few sources that were leaked that said, hey, the C8 most likely would run and put around and putz around a little bit, but for high power pulls, any setups, any set will cause, you know, serious damage without any tuning. So we know that it wasn't tuned yet. They just wanted to show people that, hey, we're the first to actually have these at least mounted. You know, I think the world's going a little hard on Hennessey, but I would like to think Hennessey Performance just wanted to brag that, look what we got started. We're the first to have it out. We're the first to have it on. There's no testing, no tuning yet, but we are going to be the first to, if anything comes out, we will be the first to have it because the setup is already there. And that's what I think, and I'm hoping they meant, but that's just me being optimistic. I think that's fine, but they shouldn't have called out other automotive shops and tuners like Sheepy Racing, because, you know, it just shows like now you're being a little bragging. You're bragging a little too much and the setup isn't even there. So at least have the car completed if you're going to spit in our face. But don't forget, guys, previously Hennessey did mention that it most likely would need help from General Motors himself to actually access the 2020 Corvette Stingray ECU and perform any kind of actual tuning. So despite the video, we do think there's a few more understanding for the tuning companies that are closer to the front line than HPE themselves when it comes to the GM who wants to work with. So again, GM is going to make their own decision on who they want to work with, who they're going to let have access to that. I think they might let Hennessey Performance in. I think they'll let other different performance shops in, and especially like these big tuning shops and stuff like that. But you're going to have to understand, you're going to have to still take out that ECU, send it to them if you're going to a local tuner, just like you had to do for like my ZL1 or the Z07s or Z06s and stuff like that. So it's going to be the same setup, man. I've seen a few guys, I've seen a few channels out there actually breaking it down and tuning it and getting some numbers. Everyone is cracking this code. We're just going to be excited to see who's going to be the first to do it. And if Hennessey is the first to do it, then you understand big YouTube guys out there with all their Corvettes, Omi and a Hellcat. Well, technically it's now Omi and a C8. Stradman, Street Speed 717. Those guys are probably going to send that same car out to be tuned. So stay informed, guys. Stay on the channel. Make sure you get the latest and greatest information of what we got. Stay safe during this ridiculous epidemic, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below your ideas and your what do you guys think about it, man? Do you think it was messed up for Hennessey to do so, or do you think it was just something to get the ball rolling again and a great distraction from this COVID-19? Please like, subscribe, and peace. See you guys next time.
Your reflection in my wine glass That's when I look away. Can't stand and think about losing your fine ass. How the fuck I let you slip away? Life for the party, but I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide.